Well, seeing as it's that time of the year, I just want to talk about something that happened to me over the holidays. The holidays are a very beautiful time of the year, and a lot of people tend to plan those times early in the year. And I'm no different. But what I can tell you is that failing to properly plan and failing to properly read the fine print and actually execute correctly could cost you a lot of money. And let's just say that this year ended with me having a plane ticket and also not being able to get my money back. For full transparency, I want to say that all of this could have been avoided if I would have did it all the right way the first time. There wouldn't even be a story. But here's the story behind how we even got here, and I'm going to tell you now. So how did it start? Early this year in June, I told my family that I wanted to come home for Christmas. And this year, I told them that, and I wanted to bring, my family here with me to go meet my family. It was a great idea, and I immediately went into my Microsoft OneNote, and I started creating a list of things that would need to be created or that we needed. I created a packing list for the children, myself, and my girlfriend, and we all decided that we were going to do what we needed to do in order to take the trip back home. I went back and forth for a few days, contemplating whether or not if I was going to buy the tickets and trying to get the best bang for my buck, back and forth and things like that. And before you know it, I found tickets, and it was great because, having kids, less layovers, direct flight, I think that would be the best thing to do. Like most people, we thought we were getting ahead in life and thought that we were adulting by doing things 6 months in advance and preparing everything so that we need to pack and so that we would have the time. Thought that we could minimize the amount of stress, and that was true. What did I do wrong? What went wrong? And why did it go wrong? The car and everything was fine with all of that because we updated all of the calendars because we have a shared calendar to reflect the information so that everyone could be on the same page. A lot of preparation went into it. But then came time to check into the airport. And then once we checked into the airport, we realized that we were not able to actually check in. And the problem ended up being that we did not apply for the visa program. We didn't do it in time. And that's totally our fault. When I first got this news at the airport with my family there, I was absolutely devastated and scared. Started to do that, I realized that it was actually a pretty easy and simple process that took less than 5 minutes. And it went smooth. Then I started with the second child, and it was smooth. But then the third child came. And the younger one wasn't so cooperative with taking the picture that was required. And it took another half an hour to do that. And so you can imagine now myself and, my girlfriend and all of us are very upset, and we ended up missing our flight. But that's not where the story ends. As I went to the counter and said, hey, I'd like to rebook our flights because we're, about to miss it. And they said, yeah. They directed me and said, go to customer service. As I did. And because it's the holidays, and after talking with them, they told me that the only way that I can meet me and my family on another flight to our final destination, I would have to book another ticket for $12,000. And after driving almost 2 hours to the airport, getting to the parking area, and then taking all the children to the airport and getting everyone excited, I had to break the bad news and say that we're not going. And not only were we not going, I was also out of all the money that I had invested into this trip. I also did not have flight insurance. Yeah. So I could not get a full refund on the flight. And I was just out of my $8,000. So you might be asking, how am I going to fix it? And I'm going to tell you. So this was an absolute tragedy of a traveling disaster, a planning nightmare. And the way that I'm going to fix it is a very simple answer. I am going to make sure that I read the fine print in my itineraries and that I also get to the airport even earlier. Probably could have made it if the smaller children didn't have so many issues or give us so many issues. We probably would have made it if I would have prepared better. And with that being said, this is a huge reason why people are not able to save money because we spend money on things without properly planning it and then it ends up biting us in the butt. And I know from henceforth, I will never buy another plane ticket without flight insurance because, I know I was in the mindset when I booked it that I did not want to pay the extra couple $100, $200 or even $300 for the insurance that I probably wouldn't even use. So I took a risk and it ended up biting me in the ass. So in conclusion, when it comes to your finances and our finances, it's always best to take a look and do the things to help put us in the best position possible, like buying flight insurance. If you have a story like this and you can kind of relate and share something similar, leave me a comment down below and I'd love to talk about it. Yeah. Hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you in the next one.